Hey everyone, time for another Who Would Win. This one pre-recorded for Wednesday. Unfortunately, I'll get to the what if on Wednesday when I get home from work, but I'm enjoying my day off for what it is. I am still a bit worn out overall. I haven't been sleeping as well. It's been getting better, but I haven't been sleeping as well as I should. So yeah, but I still have enough time to, I feel, pre-record the Who Would Win. I want to get at least one video up early in the day. Um, So this one is again continuing off the Planeswalkers one, the monthly one, which is this month or this time around Planeswalkers from Magic the Gathering. Let's see if I can get this explanation under 20 seconds again, starting at the 45-second mark, and go. In the game Magic the Gathering, the card game, there is a expanded lore, very large, very diverse, and there's multiple infinite worlds, planes of existence, and characters who can traverse through these worlds, walk between these worlds. Planeswalkers are usually mages or individuals stronger than your average character in Magic the Gathering. Under 20 seconds, making myself feel proud for the minor things in life. Anyway, we're on to a character known as Koth, Koth the Hammer. Now, Koth is a geomancer. He is from a plane known as Mirrodin, which is an artifact-heavy plane. Even extremely heavy artifact-heavy plane, which is basically like machines, more or less. So even the organic individuals have levels of metal in their bodies, things along those lines. His abilities range from just earth manipulation to even shattering mountains and even melting iron. So he's quite diverse in his abilities to use mana or to use earth. He can rain magma down. He can do all these kind. He can do things that are quite impressive. But like any planeswalker, he does need to charge his spell abilities up with some mana in the area. He also, at least currently in the story, as far as I know, last I know, it's been years since we heard anything from this character, to be honest. He was fighting a war against like a kind of a not a Cthulhu-esque threat, more of like a Borg, basically. The Phyrexians, as they're known as, are basically kind of like the Borg. They assimilate and corrupt, basically. Like a bit of a hive mind mentality in some ways, though there are individuals in the Phyrexians. So he was fighting a war last we knew on that one, or last we knew with him. And because he has a lot of on the battlefield experience and battlefield tactics. So yeah, he is impressive in that way. But he's still a human. He's not invincible by any stretch of the means. Even against the Phyrexians, he's still only able to do so much. He's only one man. Toph is the person we should put up against him. Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Obviously, I've had Toph on the here before. Obviously, she's an earthbender, but she's blind as well. Using her earthbending that she learned from the Badger Moles, the original earthbenders, she's able to see through vibrations of the ground. She can even sense earth in the air, even though it's not touching the ground. So she's quite powerful. She's considered one of the strongest earthbenders that has ever lived in the Avatar universe. Her style is based off praying mantis kung fu, so it's styles like very very quick and reactive style of movement. Her earthbending can vary from whatever you want. Turn things into sand, sink you into the dirt, and be done with it. Throw stones at you, create giant boulders, spikes, shields. You name it, she can pretty much do it. But it doesn't go. It doesn't stop there. I don't know why I'm trying to be as fast as I am. It's causing me to stutter over my words. Maybe just because I know people prefer shorter videos to some extent. If I actually had animation and things along those lines, it wouldn't matter about the length. Maybe that's why I do it. I'll try to slow it down because even I can tell I'm going over my words a bit. But Toth's also the one who invented metal bending in the Avatar universe. Obviously, earth, metal, it's the same. She does with metal what she does with earth. Now, because of the nature of metal, she is a little bit more limited just because metal is a slightly more durable and harder substance to bend. Oh, excuse me. And there's a limit to the type of metal. She can't bend pure metals like platinum or anything along those lines. Because the reason she can bend metal is she's going for the impurities like iron or things along those lines in the metal to bend it. But with it, she can fire metal bracelets from her body, or take metal shingles or tiles off something and use it as weapons. She can just destroy a metal bridge on a boat. She can pretty much theoretically sink a metal boat if she wanted to. She can wear metal as armor. She can do a lot with metal bending, absolutely. Toph's also had a lot of combat experience as well. Even if you go with Old Woman Toph, who can sense all of the earth around her, basically she could sense everything in the swamp she lived in. But for the sake, we'll use Adult Toph, just because that seems to be what she was at her peak, technically speaking. Even though you can make an argument, Old Woman Toph from Legend of Korra is still the stronger one. Oh God, here it is again. Sign that I need to go to bed soon. And it's actually early for me still, but I'm just still getting over the fact of the long days of work and how many days I had to work and being a little overtaxed. Better, but it's still overtaxed. Anyway, Toph, adult, metal bending. Tactics, I mean, she's also had many years of experience on the battlefield as well. She has fought in war. She has fought in essentially a police force for many years. So she is quite skilled. Excuse me. Ew. In her own right. So how would this fight take place? Well, let's say Koth is traversing the plains trying to look for help. He winds up on the plane that Avatar takes place on. And he's, walking through. He can sense that the mana on this plane is unique. It's rich, but at the same time, and every individual seems to have quite a bit of it in him. So he was walking through town. People are like looking at him. He's got metal coming out, so he's so weird. And someone even raises up to the police, which Toph is a part of at the time. And Toph, is looking at him, and she can even sense that there's something dangerous about this guy. So she confronts him. It's like, stranger, and blah, 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 blah. And then she's sarcastic and all that stuff. So he's like, look, I don't want any trouble. I'm just visiting. Well, then you're going to have to visit elsewhere. Right? Or, come with us and check in through the proper channels. Like, no, I'll just leave. You're not going. And she just lifts up the earth and just boom. And, he's impressed because he doesn't meet many other geomancers, I'm guessing. So he's, I'm sure there's some geomancers where he's from, as he is a geomancer. But, he's just, It's like, yeah, you're not going anywhere. So why don't you come with us? And, and she just suddenly throws the metal at him and like to cuff him. And just, he's, what? Binds the metal on and say, so why don't you just come with us? And it's just not going to be a problem. Okay, cutie? And she kind of, because he's not a bad looking guy, so maybe she kind of jokingly flirts. It's like, yeah, look, I don't want any trouble, so why don't you just let me go and we don't have any trouble? Yeah, that's what they all say. She's lifting you up, and he's like, come with me. So she's just, not even staring at him, though she can sense he's still there. And she can sense the metal in his body. Let's be clear about that, too. But she suddenly feels weight's gone, and he's all she can see is the fact that he broke the bar and melted through the iron chains, and now he's on a run, or the iron band, whatever she trapped him in. So now he's on the run. So she's trying to catch him again, throwing the earth at him, pulling the earth from under his feet. But he's using his own magic to counteract that. So now he's getting out of the town. But, tossed her out of his shell. Basically, she pops up again in front of him through the air. It's like, okay, buddy, you're clearly an earthbender. And a powerful one to be able to melt through or a firebender. So, or fire earth. I think you'd see that he's an earthbender from the fact he's able to counteract some of her own techniques. But at the same time, the fact that he melted through the iron bars probably, or steel bars, or steel band around him, I should say, takes her for a bit of takes her back a little bit. She, gets her in a stance, and they start a fight. Now, from an actual standpoint of earthbending versus his geomancy, she's going to have the edge because she can just, again, do it naturally, flow. But planeswalkers have to use mana and charge their abilities to some degree for their spells and sorcery. So his geomancy is going to be a bit slower. However, I do feel that the area they're in, he would still have a power advantage overall. The actual strength of his attacks would be greater, but it would take time for him to actually charge something and charge attacks, at least a few seconds. So, he'll like throw stalactites at her, she'll block through those, and, she'll try to basically pin him down, throw earth at him, and all that stuff. He'll start to get hit and be pushed back. But because he is a fighter, a warrior, and partially made of metal, he is more durable than she is. So he's able to power through these and then starts muscling his way through, blasting through stone as she's throwing it at him. And then he kind of breaks her guard and gets right in her face, which she admittedly is not a physical fighter very much, though in later years she probably did learn to in some degree. So now it's a close range fight. So now she's kind of blocking, dodging, trying to throw punches, but she doesn't have the physical striking power to really hurt him. To which he just grabs her and then just delivers a solid punch. To which she then, sensing the metal in his arms, rips the metal right out of his arms, which causes him to just scream in utter pain, just ah! And to which. And now he's just holding a bloodied arm. Just, and then she's using the metal here, metal to basically craft metal armor on herself. It's like, yeah, I bet that hurts. Now you're gonna come with me, or you're not coming. You're not going anywhere. He's holding his arm there. So now she just pulls all the metal she's got on her and basically kind of just wraps herself in a bit of armor. Just all right then, fine, time to deliver the final blow, and then just. About to deliver the final blow, which is earth, just and then he just charges up one spell in rage, just and then the metal on her starts to burn and melt, and she starts to scream in agony. But she immediately drops the metal off herself. The earth falls to the ground, not hitting him. His arm's still bloodied as hell, and he uses the metal basically to kind of like what would be the best term? Cauterize the wound as best he can. So he just pulls metal back and just. It's like, ah! Meanwhile, Toph is just screaming in agony. Just. Ah! She's basically got third-degree burns on her now. It's bad. It's bad. She's in pain. Not dead or anything, but in pain. So she tries to just lash out randomly at him with some earth. Luckily, he's able to get out of the way, and this time he comes in right from behind her, enough metal put on his arm that he can just kind of ignore the pain, and then just boom, knocks her straight out. So, why does Koth win this fight overall? Well, there really is only one true reason I can give the majority wins to him and over Toph. Toph ultimately has the quick succession of attacks advantage. She can just fire. She doesn't need to charge her attacks. She can just fire earth, things along those lines. She has, honestly, probably just as much experience on the battlefield as Koth does. She also has more variety with her attacks overall, when you think about it. But the problem is that Toph has been known to wear metal, has metal on her uniform, manipulates metal overall, and would probably at some point do that. It's the fact that Koth has the ability to melt iron and metal just with magic and geomancy. If at any point he senses that she has metal on her, he can do that and cause her a great amount of pain. And she's covered herself in armor, in metal armor. She's going to basically be oven roasted at that point. And she's going to need to get that shit off her quick, but it's not going to matter because then she's going to know. She's going to get. The only way for her to realize she's being burnt is for her to be burnt. And the minute she realizes that, it's going to be too late for her to get it off before a large amount of damage is done. So she'll be very injured. She'll be very in pain. And that's when Koth, who's physically tougher than... that's the thing he has over Toph. Is that he's physically tougher than Toph, definitely. Toph. That's... names are just... Sorry, I'm also still a little out of it. This is my first day off in God knows 8 days now, so I'm still recalibrating my system. Anywho, so yeah, Toph and Koth, names that sound very similar, easy to get them mixed up. Essentially, Koth is more physically durable, probably a better hand-to-hand overall fighter, I'd have to guess, and his ability to actually burn metal and cause metal to just heat up and melt is a significant thing he has over Toph, who has been known on multiple occasions to wear metal. So, yeah, as like a suit of armor. So, the minute it gets to that point in the fight, she is going to pretty much be at a disadvantage and probably going to lose the fight. It's not going to be by a lot, though. I'll probably say 60-40, just because of the versatility and the fact that Koth has basically organic metal that comes off him, that grows out of him. uh, she can rip that off, manipulate that, but well, because of her not thinking of things, she wouldn't realize that he can just heat the metal up without touching it. And she would probably use the metal to her advantage and maybe wear it same as he does. So that I'm gonna go Koth. I'm gonna go 60-40. Again, it's close, but I think I have to give Koth. I'm gonna keep saying Toth or Koth or whatever. I have to get. I'm going to give Koth the win. That's what I was trying to get at. Jesus. I'm noticing lately that I'm really flubbing over my words. I'm really gonna have to try to slow it down a bit for the future because I'm rambling a bit too much, and I don't mean to do that because it makes the video sound less enjoyable for people. No one wants to hear someone just ramble. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching, though. I hope you did enjoy. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superhero Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Dragon Ball discussion videos, this and that. There will be a what if later today. Who would win without the week? A review for The Old Man and the Gun will be later this week. Robert Redford's supposed last film. Box office will be out on Sunday, along with What If. I think that's all I have planned otherwise. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.